After that, we'll start. Okay. So related to the subject fluid mechanics and fluid machinery, whatever practicals are there. So out of that few practicals we have covered, out of those some of there were the theoretical practical, and whatever performance type of practical were there. So because of limitation of the time or time period, we could not cover those practicals. So we have decided to cover those practicals whichever is missed in the from the subject fluid mechanics and fluid machinery, and whichever are available on the virtual lab. So those will be covered during this session. So for that purpose, on the Google, this facility is available for all the student also. So here on the Google, you have to type as a virtual lab only. So whenever you are going to type virtual lab on the Google, so www.feelab.co.in, this website will come on the page. So when you are going to click on that virtual lab, so here under the home or at the downside, here broad areas of virtual labs are available. So if you see under our mechanical engineering department, so there are so many labs which are covered under the virtual lab, but related to our fluid mechanics or fluid machinery lab, this this lab is under process. This is nothing but the upcoming lab. And here, if you are clicking on the fluid mechanics, so under fluid mechanics and thermal sciences, this page will get open. And here, this is the list of experiment. So from this list of experiment, whatever first experiment, that is energy losses in the pipe flow and flow through venturimeter. These two experiment were from the our subject, that is nothing but fluid mechanics and fluid machinery. And whatever remaining experiments are there, those are from the those are from the heat transfer subject. But these two experiments are also not fully given in this lab. So what we will do, we'll go under the civil engineering department, because this fluid mechanics subject is also applicable for the civil engineering department. And under that civil engineering department, our fluid mechanics lab is there, and we will cover those experiments. So when I'm going to click civil engineering, so there is one separate section, that is nothing but hydraulics and fluid mechanics lab. Hydraulic and fluid mechanics lab. So this lab is ready for use. That means we can use this lab, and this lab is developed by IIT Hyderabad. This lab is developed by IIT Hyderabad. So when I'm going to click on this hydraulic and fluid mechanics lab, so here at the left side, there is introduction, objective, list of experiment, target audience, course alignment, and feedback. Such types of tabs are there. Out of that, introduction. So here under this introduction tab related to hydraulic and fluid mechanics lab, they have given. Then what is the objective for generation of this hydraulic and fluid mechanics lab? Main objective is to learn and understand the basic concept of hydraulic and fluid mechanics. And here, if you see the list of experiment which are covered under this lab, so these are nothing but, here first one is nothing but the Bernoulli experiment. So that Bernoulli experiment was for our syllabus. We are going to cover that Bernoulli experiment. Second one is related to the venturimeter experiment. So this experiment was also with our syllabus. Then orifice experiment. So here, if you see this orifice experiment, this orifice experiment is also in our syllabus. So first, second, third, then mouthpieces experiment, that was not for our mechanical engineering. Wears experiment, that is also not for our mechanical engineering. Channel experiment, that is also not for our mechanical engineering. Reynolds experiment, yes, this is the fourth experiment which we can perform by using this virtual lab. So by using this virtual lab, we can perform the 4 experiments. First one is the Bernoulli's experiment. Second one is venturimeter experiment. Third one is orifice experiment, and fourth one is the Reynolds experiment. Out of that, first one we'll see related to the Bernoulli's experiment. So here, related to the Bernoulli's experiment, here also at the left side, there are various tabs. First one is the aim of this Bernoulli's experiment, then theory behind this Bernoulli's experiment, then pre-test before performance of the experiment. We have to give, they have asked some question, we have to give the answer of those question. Then procedure, how to perform this experiment. Then Saurabh Shinde. Saurabh Shinde, why you raise your hand? Is there any question or any query? Okay. So then procedure, how to perform this experiment. Then related to this experiment, some simulations they have given. So with the help of that simulation, you will be able to understand how to perform this experiment. Then observation, then post-test. So this many points we have to cover. So we have seen the Bernoulli's theorem. We have seen the Bernoulli's theorem in the fluid mechanics. So can anyone tell me the statement of Bernoulli's theorem? Can anyone tell me the statement of Bernoulli's theorem? So whatever Bernoulli's theorem is there, that is based on the law of conservation of energy. Bernoulli's theorem is based on the law of conservation of energy, and statement of Bernoulli's theorem is nothing but for ideal, steady, incompressible, and irrotational fluid. For ideal, steady, incompressible, and irrotational fluid, the total energy always remains constant. Total energy always remains constant. So related to fluid, total energy is nothing but the summation of 3 types of energy. Out of that, first type of energy is called as a pressure energy. Second type of energy is called as a potential energy, and third type of energy is called as a, that is nothing but kinetic energy or kinematic energy. So you might have seen the equation as a P1 upon rho g plus P1 square upon twice g plus Z1 is equal to constant. Is equal to constant. So this is the mathematical expression of Bernoulli's theorem. P upon rho g plus V square upon twice g plus Z is equal to constant is the mathematical expression of the Bernoulli's theorem. Out of that, P upon rho g is called as a pressure head per unit weight. Then whatever P square upon twice g is there, that is called as a P square upon twice g is there, that is called as a kinetic head plus kinetic head per unit weight, and last one is the Z, that is called as a potential head per unit weight. So according to Bernoulli's theorem, for ideal, steady, incompressible, and irrotational fluid flow, total energy, that is nothing but sum of pressure energy, potential energy, and kinetic energy always remains constant. So theory part. So whatever this Bernoulli's theorem is there, that Bernoulli's theorem is obtained by integrating the Euler's equation along a streamline of incompressible fluid. So we have seen the Euler's equation also, and by integrating that Euler's equation, we got the Bernoulli's theorem. So statement of Bernoulli's theorem, that is nothing but total energy always remains constant. That is nothing but pressure head plus velocity head plus kinetic pressure head plus velocity head plus potential head is equal to constant. Is equal to constant. So we have to verify this Bernoulli's theorem. Main aim of performing this experiment is to verify this theorem. So related to that, one pre-test is there. So Bernoulli's equation holds good for non-ideal fluid. So here Bernoulli's equation holds good for non-ideal fluid. So in the assumption only, for ideal, steady, incompressible, and irrotational fluid, total energy always remains constant. So here for non-ideal fluid, that Bernoulli's equation will not be applicable. So this will be the false statement. And pressure head is given by equation P upon rho g. Here this is y, though you are observing this as a y, but here this is nothing but the rho g. The meaning of y is nothing but the rho g, that is also called as a specific weight. So P upon rho g and P2 upon twice g. So out of that, correct answer is P upon rho g. So for first sentence, false is the correct answer. For second question, P upon rho g is the correct answer. Now, how to perform this experiment? How to perform this experiment? By using the virtual lab. So click oblique tap on the start button to start the experiment. The water shall start flowing through the flow channel. The level of piezometer tube shall start rising. Then third one, eventually the water will reach the maximum height for each tube. Then fourth one, try to change the flow speed by using control flow speed glider. Bringing the glider to the left will show that, will slow down the water flow, whereas bringing the glider to the right will speed up it. Then control flow speed glider is dynamic and can be changed midway when water is filling up too. Then click or tap on the reset button to start the experiment fresh. So this is the procedure, how to start the experiment with the help of this free lab. So directly we'll start this experiment. So here you are observing this. There is one tank. This is one tank, and this tank is connected to the variable cross-sectional area pipe. So this is called as a variable cross-sectional area pipe. So here, as area goes on changing, that's why, because of changing the area, value of pressure and value of velocity of the fluid passing through this pipe will also goes on changing. And over this pipe, that is over this variable cross-sectional area pipe, number of piezometric tubes are connected. So here, these are number of piezometric tube. Piezometric tube means one simple glass tube whose one end is open to the atmosphere and another end is connected to the pipe whose pressure we want to measure. Then whatever outlet of this variable cross-section area pipe is there, that is connected to the another tank. So at the outlet of another tank, we are having flow control wall. With the help of this flow control wall, we can control the flow which is passing through this pipe. Again, one more flow control wall is there at the start of the in the first collecting tank. So with the help of this flow control wall, we can control the liquid which is passing through this pipe. Then again, with the help of this flow control wall, we can control the liquid which is passing through this tank, and this the liquid which is coming out of this flow control wall, that will be collected inside the measuring tank. So this is nothing but the measuring tank. Now here, how to start this experiment? So here, control flow speed. So with the help of this, we can control the flow speed. Now when I will start, when I will click on the start button, then you will observe that whatever water is there, here you are observing that water is coming, and that is coming inside the first tank. So because of the same, here first of all, this water will come inside the tank. Then that water will start flowing through this variable cross-section area pipe. So whenever that water will pass through, whenever that water will start to flow through this variable cross-section area pipe, because of changing the value of pressure and velocity, there will be the rise of water. There will be the rise of water inside each and every piezometer. Inside each and every piezometer. And here you will observe that the level of water inside each and every piezometer will not be same. Why this is so? Because here, as we are having the variable cross-sectional area pipe, that's why the value of velocity will be changing. And as value of velocity is changing, that's why value of pressure. This is nothing but this vertical height is indicating the pressure head. The value of pressure head will also goes on height of the water inside those. Here, how to cross verify that Bernoulli's theorem? So for that purpose, we are having the observation table. So we are going to cross verify the Bernoulli's theorem, means we are going to cross verify the statement, that is nothing but P upon rho G plus V square upon pi G plus Z is equal to constant. That means here P upon rho G is nothing but the pressure head. So here, if I'm going to consider this as a datum line, then vertical distance from this point up to this point, this will be called as a pressure head. That is called as a P upon rho G. Then vertical distance from this point to this point will be called as a P upon rho G. So here, vertical distance from this line is indicating the pressure head. Then velocity head. To calculation of velocity head, we are taking the we should know the areas. Area at this point, area at this point, area at this point. So first of all, what we are going to do, we are going to select any two piezometer. Suppose this has a piezometer number 1, this has a piezometer number 8, or suppose 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This has a piezometer number 7. So first of all, we are going to consider, for study purpose, I'm going to consider piezometer number 1 and piezometer number 7. So according to Bernoulli's theorem, total energy at piezometer number 1 should be equal to total energy at piezometer number 7. Total energy at piezometer number 1 is equal to total energy at piezometer number 7. So here I'm going to calculate the value of P1 upon rho G. That P1 upon rho G is nothing but vertical height. Then here I should know the area at piezometer number 1. I should know the area at piezometer number 7. And based on the area, I will be able to calculate the value of velocity. How I am going to calculate the value of velocity? Here, with the help of this measuring tank, I am going to calculate the value of discharge, Q. And Q is nothing but area into velocity. Q is nothing but area into velocity. So here, if I am knowing the value of area at this location, I am able to calculate the value of velocity at this location. Then if I'm able to know the value of area at this location, I will be able to calculate the value of velocity at this location. So by this way, I will be calculating the value of P1 and I will be calculating the value of P2. Shantanu Zade, mute yourself. So here I'm going to calculate the value of P1 and P2. So after calculation of P1 and P2, and after measuring the value of P1 upon rho G, P2 upon rho G, here as this is the horizontal tube, that's why value of Z will be same. Z1 will be equal to Z2. So I'm going to cross verify this equation. So for that purpose, whatever observation table I will have, that observation table will be here. Measure the tank size in meter square. That means I'm going to measure the size of tank, measuring tank, then height HM, for which time T1 and T2 are noted to collect the water in the measuring tank. I'm going to calculate the value of discharge by using the measuring tank. So inside the measuring tank, by for particular time, if I'm going to allow the liquid, or if I'm going to restrict the water inside the measuring tank, then level of measuring tank will go on increasing, and based on that, I will get the value of discharge. And based on that value of discharge, and after knowing the cross section area A1 and A2, I will get the value of P1 and P2. So this is related to the Bernoulli's theorem. Now here, post test. So incompressible ideal fluid are fluid which have constant density. Incompressible ideal fluid are fluid which have constant density. I think answer is true. Bernoulli's theorem deals with law of conservation of momentum. I think answer is false. So here, if I will submit this quiz, I will get that here this answer is true. Bernoulli's theorem deals with law of conservation of momentum. Actually, Bernoulli's theorem is related to the law of conservation of energy. Law of conservation of energy. And here they have mentioned that Bernoulli's theorem deals with law of conservation of momentum. I think this answer should be false. But how they
No,
have given
sir. This is also right, sir.
Related to okay, momentum. Yes.
Water have mass and velocity.
Yes. So here this is also correct, because Bernoulli's theorem, though in the statement we are saying that Bernoulli's theorem is based on the principle of conservation of energy as well as momentum. Both the sentences are correct. That means Bernoulli's theorem is based on the principle of law of conservation of energy as well as momentum. So here both the statement will be true. So references which they have referred is nothing but fluid mechanics by Dr. R.K. Bansal, experiment in fluid mechanics, Sarabjit Singh, and Wikipedia. So related to this, you can give your experiment. You can give your feedback by using this field lab. So this is the first experiment related to the fluid mechanics and fluid machines. That is nothing but the Bernoulli's theorem or verification of Bernoulli's theorem. Are you getting? So if you are having any query related to this verification of Bernoulli's theorem, you can ask me. Have you got a procedure how to calculate or how to verify this or how to cross verify this Bernoulli's theorem? या ठिकाणी आपण कसा क्रॉस व्हेरीफाय करतो समजते का? आपल्याला काय करायचं आहे या ठिकाणी क्रॉस व्हेरीफाय काय करायचं आहे, P1 अपॉन रो जी प्लस P1 स्क्वेअर अपॉन ट्वाइस जी प्लस झेड हे इक्वेशन आपल्याला काय करायचं आहे, क्रॉस व्हेरीफाय करायचं. I will write on PPT. Wait for 1 minute. Okay. Here, what we have to cross verify? According to Bernoulli's theorem, we are knowing that Bernoulli's statement is nothing but P upon rho G plus P square upon twice G. P square upon twice G plus Z is equal to constant. Is equal to constant. So this is the statement of Bernoulli's theorem, right? Now, here, what I have to do? What I have to do? Wait. I'm going to consider this as a point number 1. At suppose piezometer number 1, I'm going to consider this as a point number 1. And at piezometer number anything, I can consider point number 2 at anywhere. So here, suppose I'm considering this as a point number 1. Suppose at this location, I'm considering point number 2. So according to Bernoulli's theorem, total energy at this location, total energy at this location should be equal to total energy at this location. That means this Bernoulli's theorem should be applicable for piezometer number 1 as well as piezometer number 7 or 8. So if I'm going to write down this equation for piezometer number 1, that will be equal to P1 upon rho G plus P1 square upon twice G, P1 square upon twice G plus Z1 is equal to P2 upon rho G, P2 upon rho G plus P2 square upon twice G, P2 square upon twice G plus Z2 plus Z2. Whereas P1 and Z1 are nothing but pressure velocity at section 1, P2, V2 are nothing but pressure and velocity at section 2. Now, here, if you see, this is the horizontal variable cross-section area pipe. That's why value of Z1 is nothing but vertical distance from the datum line. So here I'm considering this as a horizontal line itself as a datum line. So value of the datum line will be same. So value of Z1 will be equal to value of Z2. Value of Z1 is equal to value of Z2. That's why value of Z1 and Z2 will get cancelled, because both will have the same value, as that variable cross-section area pipe is having the horizontal direction. Now, after calculation of P1 upon rho G and P2 upon rho G, and after calculation of P1 and P2, I will get this cross verification. आता ह्या ठिकाणी माझं मेन एम काय, to calculate the value of P1 upon rho g, P1 square upon twice g. आणि ही व्हॅल्यू कॅल्क्युलेट केल्यानंतर ही जी काही व्हॅल्यू येईल तीच व्हॅल्यू लेफ्ट हँड साइडला पण आली पाहिजे. म्हणजे राईट हँड साइडची व्हॅल्यू आणि लेफ्ट हँड साइडची व्हॅल्यू एक्सपेरिमेंट परफॉर्म केल्यानंतर लेफ्ट हँड साइड आणि राईट हँड साइडची व्हॅल्यू जर सेम आली तर मी काय म्हणणार आहे, त्या ठिकाणी बर्नॉलीज थेरम जो आहे तो क्रॉस व्हेरीफाय झाला. आता तो क्रॉस व्हेरीफाय करण्यासाठी मला काय पाहिजे, P1 अपॉन रो जी, P2 अपॉन रो जी, या दोन व्हॅल्यू पाहिजे. तर त्या P1 अपॉन रो जी आणि P2 अपॉन रो जी, P1 अपॉन रो जी आणि P2 अपॉन रो जी ची व्हॅल्यू कशी कॅल्क्युलेट करणार आहे मी? How I am going to calculate the value of P1 upon rho g and P2 upon rho g. So here, if I will start this button, now here at this location, whatever this vertical distance from this point to this point in terms of centimeter, that is nothing but your pressure head at section 11. At section 11. So whatever, by measuring this height, I will get the value of P1 upon rho g, and by measuring this height I will get the value of P2 upon rho g. म्हणजे ह्या ठिकाणी मला P1 upon rho g कुठे भेटणार आहे, ह्या ठिकाणची व्हर्टिकल हाईट, आणि P2 upon rho g कुठे भेटणार आहे, त्या ठिकाणची व्हर्टिकल हाईट. ते म्हणजे काय असणार आहे माझं, P2 upon rho g असणार आहे. आता P1 upon rho g कॅल्क्युलेट केलं, P2 upon rho g कॅल्क्युलेट केलं. आता राहते काय, P1 स्क्वेअर अपॉन ट्वाइस g आणि P2 स्क्वेअर अपॉन ट्वाइस g. म्हणजे P1 आणि P2 च्या व्हॅल्यू माहित असल्याशिवाय मला P1 स्क्वेअर अपॉन ट्वाइस g आणि P2 स्क्वेअर अपॉन ट्वाइस g कॅल्क्युलेट करता येणार नाही. हाऊ टू कॅल्क्युलेट द व्हॅल्यू ऑफ P1 आणि P2? P1 आणि P2 म्हणजे काय, जे काय लिक्विड ह्या पॉईंट पासून पास होणार आहे त्याची व्हेलॉसिटी, जे काय लिक्विड ह्या पॉईंट पासून पास होणार आहे त्याची व्हेलॉसिटी. हाऊ टू कॅल्क्युलेट दॅट व्हेलॉसिटी? So with the help of this measuring tank, I am going to calculate the value of discharge. आता डिस्चार्ज म्हणजे काय असतं, व्हॉल्यूम फ्लो रेट इज कॉल्ड एज अ डिस्चार्ज. व्हॉल्यूम फ्लो रेट इज कॉल्ड एज अ डिस्चार्ज. डिस्चार्ज म्हणजे काय असतं, Q discharge Q is nothing but volume per unit time. Volume per unit time is called as a discharge. So here whatever measuring tank I am having, so with the help of measuring tank I am going to calculate the value of discharge. Now how to calculate the discharge with the help of measuring tank? Suppose this is my measuring tank, and water which is passing to the second tank, that will be collected inside the measuring tank. So here first of all I will measure the area of this measuring tank. And after measuring the area of this measuring tank for some time, that means suppose for 10 seconds, 20 seconds, or for 1 minute, I am going to restrict the water which is coming out of this measuring tank. So because of restricting the water which is coming out of this measuring tank, what will happen? The level of water inside the measuring tank will go on increasing. So area into height is nothing but the volume, and volume per unit time, for in how much time that much height or that much rise in water level is occurring, that will be nothing but your discharge. And once I will calculate the value of discharge is nothing but area into velocity. Discharge is nothing but area into velocity, which is equal to A1 P1, which is equal to A2 V2 according to continuity equation. Q is equal to A1 P1, which is equal to A2 P2. आता ह्या ठिकाणी मला डिस्चार्ज कॅल्क्युलेट केलेला आहे, मेजरिंग टँकच्या साहाय्याने डिस्चार्ज कॅल्क्युलेट केलेला आहे. A1 आणि A2 च्या जर मला व्हॅल्यू माहित असतील, आता A1 आणि A2 म्हणजे काय, ह्या ठिकाणचा एरिया, हा एरिया म्हणजे A1 आहे, आणि ह्या ठिकाणचा एरिया म्हणजे काय झाला, A2 आहे. सो इफ आय एम नोईंग द व्हॅल्यू ऑफ A1 अँड A2, I am able to calculate the value of P1 and P2. So by this way, I will calculate the value of P1 and P2. Here also, I will calculate the value of P1 and P2. And after calculation of value of P1 and P2, I will get the value of this entire equation of right hand side. And if this value is equal to this equation of left hand side, then I'm going to say that Bernoulli's equation got verified. Are you getting? Yes or no? So this is nothing but the verification of Bernoulli's theorem. कोणाला काय अडचण आहे का बाबांनो? Bernoulli's theorem मधला कोणता पॉइंट समज नाही असा आहे का? If you are having any query or any question, you can ask me. Have you got this concept? Write in the chat box. If you understood, write Y in the chat box. If you don't understood or if you have not understood, write N in the chat box, so that I will get how many students got this experiment. Do it fast. If any student is having any query or any question, you can ask me. If any student is having any question or any query, you can ask me. Otherwise, we'll proceed towards our second experiment. If you are having any query, any question, you can ask me. I will give 1 or 2 minute time. If you are having any query, any question, you can ask me.
Sir.
Huh.
Why Z1, Z2 cancel?
Why Z1 and Z2 are cancelled? Okay, good question. In another question, I will give your answer. Shantanu. Let me collect the question. After that, I will give the answer for one by one. Any another question? Okay. Why Z1 and Z2 are cancelled? आता Z1 आणि Z2 चा अर्थ काय कोण सांगेल? Z1 आणि Z2 याचा अर्थ काय कोण सांगेल? कोण सांगेल Z1 आणि Z2 चा अर्थ काय? सांगा लवकर. आपली जर ही व्हेरिएबल क्रॉस सेक्शन एरिया पाईप जर अशी असते, लक्ष द्या, ही आपली पहिली टँक, त्याला कनेक्टेड असणारी व्हेरिएबल क्रॉस सेक्शन एरिया पाईप जी आहे ती त्या टाइप मध्ये असली असते. म्हणजे हॉरिझॉन्टल असायच्या ऐवजी कसे ही इन्क्लाइन डायरेक्शन मध्ये. आणि ह्या ठिकाणी काय केले असते तुम्ही? नंबर ऑफ पिझोमीटर कनेक्ट केले असते. आणि त्यापैकी हा एक पिझोमीटर स्टडी पर्पज साठी आणि हा एक पिझोमीटर स्टडी पर्पज साठी घेतला असता. तर अकॉर्डिंग टू आवर इक्वेशन P1 upon rho G प्लस P1 स्क्वेअर अपॉन ट्वाइस G प्लस Z1. हे P1 अपॉन rho G म्हणजे काय? त्या पॉइंट नंबर 1 किंवा सेक्शन 1-1 चं प्रेशर हेड. P1 स्क्वेअर अपॉन ट्वाइस G म्हणजे काय? ह्या सेक्शन 1-1 ची व्हेलॉसिटी. Z1 म्हणजे डेटम पासूनचं व्हर्टिकल डिस्टन्स इज इक्वल टू P2 अपॉन rho G P2 upon rho G plus P2 square upon twice G P2 square upon twice G plus Z2 plus Z2. म्हणजे P2 upon rho G म्हणजे ह्या सेक्शन 2-2 चं सेक्शन P2 जो व्हर्टिकल प्रेशर हेड, P2 स्क्वेअर अपॉन 12 म्हणजे सेक्शन 22 ची व्हेलॉसिटी आणि Z2 म्हणजे सेक्शन 22 चं डेटम पासून किंवा रेफरन्स लाईन पासूनचं व्हर्टिकल डिस्टन्स. आता ह्या ठिकाणी डेटम लाईन किंवा रेफरन्स लाईन घेताना मला काय करावं लागणार आहे, कोणती तरी एक हॉरिझॉन्टल लाईन कन्सिडर करावं लागणार आहे. ती हॉरिझॉन्टल लाईन मी कन्सिडर करणार आहे आणि ह्या हॉरिझॉन्टल लाईन पासूनचं शिथपर्यंत व्हर्टिकल डिस्टन्स म्हणजे काय येणार आहे माझं, Z1 येणार आहे. हे काय असणार आहे, Z1 येणार आहे. आणि ह्या ठिकाणी काय येणार आहे, हे व्हर्टिकल डिस्टन्स म्हणजे काय येणार आहे, Z2 येणार आहे. कधी, जर ही व्हेरिएबल क्रॉस सेक्शन एरिया पाईप इन्क्लाइन असेल तर. आता ह्या इन्क्लाइनच्या ऐवजी जर ही व्हेरिएबल क्रॉस सेक्शन एरिया पाईप जर हॉरिझॉन्टल असेल, जसं की ह्या एक्सपेरिमेंट मध्ये आपल्याला सांगितलेलं आहे, त्या ठिकाणी काय, ही व्हेरिएबल क्रॉस सेक्शन एरिया पाईप काय हॉरिझॉन्टल आहे. म्हणजे मी डेटम लाईन घेताना कोणती घेणार आहे, ही हॉरिझॉन्टल लाईन जी आहे, that itself I am going to consider as a reference line. That itself I am going to consider as a reference line. And vertical distance from reference line up to this line is equal to 0. That means for both the line, for both the section 1, section 2, datum line पासूनचं vertical distance जे असणार आहे ते काय येणार आहे, सेम येणार आहे. तर ह्या ठिकाणी काय येत होतं, तुमचं लाईन जी आहे किंवा ही व्हेरिएबल क्रॉस सेक्शन एरिया पाईप जी आहे ती हॉरिझॉन्टली प्लेस न करता इन्क्लाइन प्लेस केल्यामुळे ह्या ठिकाणी काय करावं लागलं होतं आपल्याला, डेटम लाईन एक हॉरिझॉन्टल लाईन ड्रॉ करावी लागली होती आणि तिथून व्हर्टिकल डिस्टन्स आपल्याला कॅल्क्युलेट करावं लागलं होतं. पण हॉरिझॉन्टल पाईप असती तर त्या ठिकाणी काय येणार आहे, Z1 इज इक्वल टू Z2 येणार आहे. Have you got your answer? Has asked this question?
Yes.
Okay. Any another question? Any another question? Okay. Now, instead of taking this venturimeter and orifice experiment, because now time is 15 minutes only. So whatever venturimeter and orifice experiments are there, both are similar. So instead of taking this venturimeter and orifice experiment now, because this experiment for explanation of this both the experiment we require minimum half an hour. So instead of taking this venturimeter and orifice experiment now only, I will take what I will do, I will take that Reynolds experiment, and whatever this remaining two experiment will be there, venturimeter and orifice experiment, that we will explain in the next virtual lab practical. Okay, so what we will do now, we'll perform the Reynolds experiment. We'll perform the Reynolds experiment. So we are knowing the Reynolds number. Can anyone tell me what is the equation of Reynolds number? Reynolds number equation कौन सांगेल? Can anyone tell me equation of Reynolds number? So Reynolds number is denoted by letter Re, and Re is nothing but rho Pd upon mu. Rho Pd upon mu. So this is the Reynolds equation. Whereas rho is called as the density of the fluid, P is nothing but velocity of the fluid, D is nothing but the diameter of pipe, and mu is nothing but the dynamic viscosity. Mu is nothing but dynamic viscosity. And here, by putting those value, we'll get the value of Reynolds number. We'll get the value of Reynolds number, and based on value of Reynolds number, we can able to judge whether that flow is laminar flow, whether that flow is transitional flow, or whether that flow is turbulent flow. Based on Reynolds number, or based on the value of Reynolds number, we are able to judge whether that flow is a laminar flow, whether that flow is a transitional flow, or whether that flow is a turbulent flow. Now, what is meant by laminar flow? Can anyone tell me what is meant by laminar flow? Laminar flow कशाला म्हणतो आपण? कशाला म्हणतो laminar flow? कोण सांगेल?
What, sir?
Laminar flow कशाला म्हणतो आपण?
Don't know, sir.
Any another student? So we have seen the classification of fluid flow. So in that classification of fluid flow, we have seen the types of fluid flow, that is laminar flow, turbulent flow, and transitional flow. So here, while passing the fluid, whatever layer of fluid will be there. So if those layer of fluid will pass parallel to each other without mixing, that means in well-defined path. If the fluid is passing in well-defined path, then that will be called as a laminar flow. If fluid is passing in the well-defined path, म्हणजे जे काय नंबर ऑफ लेअर आहेत ते नंबर ऑफ लेअर काय पास कसे पास होतात, त्यांच्या डायरेक्शनला पास होतात, एकमेकांमध्ये मिक्स न होता पॅरलल टू ईच अदर. If those fluid layers are passing, that will be called as a laminar flow. Turbulent flow म्हणजे if such type of fluid will be there or such type of fluid flow will be there, that will be called as a turbulent flow. म्हणजे in zigzag manner, if that flow is passing in zigzag manner, then that will be called as a turbulent flow. And the flow which is in between laminar flow and which is in between turbulent flow, that means the flow which is in between laminar and turbulent, that will be called as a transitional flow. That will be called as a transitional flow. म्हणजे थोड्या वेळासाठी ते काय असतं, कसं असतं, लॅमिनार परत टर्बुलंट, परत लॅमिनार परत टर्बुलंट. So that will be called as a transitional flow. So how it is depend upon the Reynolds number? So we are knowing that if the value of Reynolds number, is less than 2000, if the value of Reynolds number is less than 2000, then that type of fluid flow will be called as a laminar flow. That type of fluid flow will be called as a laminar flow. If the value of Reynolds number, हे Reynolds number त्या फॉर्म्युलाने जे काय value of Reynolds number आपण कॅल्क्युलेट करतो, if the value of Reynolds number is greater than 4000, then such type of flow will be called as a turbulent flow. Such type of flow will be called as a turbulent flow. And if the value of Reynolds number lies in between 2000 to 4000, then such type of flow will be called as a transitional flow. Such type of flow will be called as a transitional flow. Now whatever this experiment is there, so with the help of this experiment, what exactly we are going to do in this experiment? So here we are having one tank. Through that tank we are having one pipe. So through that pipe, that liquid will pass which is available inside the tank, or that water will pass which is available inside the tank. And here we are having one arrangement. So here we are going to take the dye. डाय म्हणजे काय घेणार आहे आपण, नीळ. तुम्ही नीळ बघितले पहिले कपड्यांना ते काढत होते आपण, नीळ देत होतो. So that will have the different color as compared to water. So when I'm going to pass that dye with the help of this flowing fluid, then here I will observe the pattern of that flow of dye, and depending upon pattern of that flow of dye, I will able to understand whether that flow is a laminar flow, whether that flow is a transitional flow, or whether that flow is a turbulent flow. So for your understanding purpose, for laminar flow, you will observe the flow of dye in this manner. तुमची जी काय डाय पास होणार आहे किंवा जी काय नीळ पास होणार आहे, so the flow of dye with the flow of water will be in this manner, or laminar flow. That means when it will occur, for occurring this, the value of Reynolds number should be less than 2000. लॅमिनार फ्लो कधी असतो म्हणतोय आपण, जर रेनॉल्ड नंबरची व्हॅल्यू लेस दॅन 2000 असेल तर त्यावेळेस आपण काय म्हणतो, तो लॅमिनार फ्लो आहे असं म्हणतोय. दॅट मीन्स हिअर बाय ऑब्झर्वेशन you will come to know that this is the laminar flow, but we have to cross verify. And to cross verify this, whether this is a laminar flow or not, we have to calculate the value of Reynolds number. आणि रेनॉल्ड नंबरची व्हॅल्यू कॅल्क्युलेट करायची असेल तर रेनॉल्ड नंबरची व्हॅल्यू कॅल्क्युलेट करण्यासाठी कोणता फॉर्म्युला वापरणार आहे, रो VD अपॉन म्यू हा फॉर्म्युला वापरणार आहे. आउट ऑफ दॅट रो इज नथिंग बट डेन्सिटी ऑफ द लिक्विड. विच लिक्विड आय एम गोइंग टू कन्सिडर, दिस लिक्विड, वॉटर. फी म्हणजे काय असणार आहे, व्हेलॉसिटी असणार आहे. म्हणजे जे काही फ्लुइड पास होते इथून त्याची व्हेलॉसिटी कॅल्क्युलेट करायला लागणार आहे. डी म्हणजे काय असणार आहे, हा डायमीटर असणार आहे आणि म्यू म्हणजे काय असणार आहे, डायनॅमिक विस्कॉसिटी ऑफ वॉटर असणार आहे. त्याची व्हॅल्यू तुम्हाला दिली जाईल आणि त्यावरून तुम्हाला काय करायचं आहे, ह्या एक्सपेरिमेंटसाठी तुमची रेनॉल्ड नंबरची व्हॅल्यू किंवा ह्या रिडिंगसाठी तुमची रेनॉल्ड नंबरची व्हॅल्यू लेस दॅन 2000 येते की नाही तेवढं फक्त क्रॉस व्हेरिफिकेशन करायचं आहे. देन सेकंड वन इज ट्रान्झिशनल फ्लो. आता ट्रान्झिशनल कसा असणार आहे, थोडा लॅमिनार थोडा टर्बुलंट. सो हियर द फ्लो विल बी लाइकवाइज. हियर इनिशियली that flow was laminar, but after that laminar is getting converted into turbulent. Laminar is getting converted into turbulent. That means for this case the value of Reynolds number should be in between 2000 to 4000. In between 2000 to 4000 म्हणजे आपल्याला किती रीडिंग घ्यायचे, 3 रीडिंग घ्यायचे. पहिल्या रीडिंग साठी रेनॉल्ड नंबरची व्हॅल्यू कॅल्क्युलेट करणार आहे. त्या ठिकाणी जर स्ट्रेट लाईन येत असेल डायची तर त्या केसमध्ये तुमची रेनॉल्ड नंबरची व्हॅल्यू काय पाहिजे, 2000 पेक्षा कमी आहे पाहिजे. दुसरं रीडिंग जर तुम्हाला ह्या टाइप मध्ये ऑब्झर्वेशन होत असेल तर कोणता फ्लो आहे, हा ट्रान्झिशनल फ्लो आहे. ट्रान्झिशनल फ्लो साठी रेनॉल्ड नंबरची व्हॅल्यू काय यायला पाहिजे, इन बिटवीन 2000 टू 4000 ये पाहिजे. अँड थर्ड रीडिंग इज फॉर टर्बुलंट फ्लो. सो इफ युअर फ्लो विल बी टर्बुलंट, then flow of dye which is coming out of this nozzle will be likewise. So by observation only you will come to know that this is the turbulent type of flow. So to cross verify that you have to calculate the value of Reynolds number. Now how to calculate the value of Reynolds number? So to calculation of value of Reynolds number, here we are having the observation table. So first of all, what I am going to calculate, I am going to calculate the value of discharge. म्हणजे पहिल्या केस साठी, दुसऱ्या केस साठी आणि तिसऱ्या केस साठी सुरुवातीला मी काय करणार आहे, डिस्चार्ज कॅल्क्युलेट करणार आहे. डिस्चार्ज कॅल्क्युलेट करण्यासाठी काय करणार आहे, मी ज्यावेळेस मी एक्सपेरिमेंट स्टार्ट करेल त्यावेळेस काय होते, त्या पाईप मधून वॉटर बाहेर येते, बरोबर, वॉटर ॲज वेल एज डाय. सो आय एम गोइंग टू कलेक्ट दिस वॉटर inside one measuring tank for a particular time period. I'm going to measure I'm going to collect this water. समजा या ठिकाणी मला काय झालं, एका मिनिटामध्ये ह्या ठिकाणी आउटलेटला जर सपोज 5 लिटर वॉटर कलेक्ट झालं, एका मिनिटामध्ये 5 लिटर वॉटर जर कलेक्ट झालं तर डिस्चार्ज काय येणार आहे ह्याचा, 5 लिटर पर मिनिट. 5 लिटर पर मिनिट इज नथिंग बट द डिस्चार्ज. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल I will calculate the value of discharge. With the help of measuring tank. Then after calculation of value of discharge, I will calculate the value of velocity. आता ह्या ठिकाणी डिस्चार्ज क्यू म्हणतात, ते कशामध्ये, लिटर मध्ये. किती लिटर पाणी कलेक्ट झालं, सपोज 5 लिटर. किती वेळामध्ये, एका मिनिटामध्ये म्हणजे 60 सेकंदामध्ये. त्यावरून डिस्चार्ज मला कॅल्क्युलेट करता येतो इन टर्म्स ऑफ सेंटीमीटर क्यूब पर सेकंड. So after calculation of discharge, I am knowing the diameter of the glass tube. ही जी ग्लास ट्यूब आहे त्या ग्लास ट्यूबचा मला इनर डायमीटर माहित आहे. म्हणजे इनर डायमीटर जर माहित असेल तर इनर डायमीटर वरून ग्लास ट्यूबचा एरिया कॅल्क्युलेट करता येतोय मला. आणि एरिया कॅल्क्युलेट केल्यानंतर जर डिस्चार्ज जर नोन असेल तर मला काय कॅल्क्युलेट करता येईल, व्हेलॉसिटी कॅल्क्युलेट करता येईल. म्हणजे ह्या पाईप मधून पास होणाऱ्या लिक्विडची व्हेलॉसिटी कॅल्क्युलेट करता येईल. कशी व्हेलॉसिटी कॅल्क्युलेट करणार आहे मी, as I am knowing the value of discharge, as I am knowing the diameter of the glass tube, so based on diameter of glass tube I will calculate the sectional area or cross sectional area of that glass tube. And after calculation of cross sectional area and after knowing the discharge, as Q is equal to area into velocity, automatically I will get the value of velocity. त्यानंतर is there. Okay. So after calculation of velocity, here I'm going to find out the value of kinematic viscosity or dynamic viscosity. जर रो व्ही डी अपॉन म्यू जर घेत असेल तर त्या ठिकाणी मला काय घ्यायचे, डायनेमिक विस्कॉसिटी ऑफ वॉटरची व्हॅल्यू कॅल्क्युलेट करायची. आणि डायनेमिक विस्कॉसिटीची जी व्हॅल्यू असते ती वॉटरच्या टेम्परेचरनुसार व्हॅरी होत असते. म्हणजे प्रत्येक टेम्परेचरला जसं टेम्परेचर चेंज होईल तसं डायनेमिक विस्कॉसिटी, वॉटरची डायनेमिक विस्कॉसिटी काय होणार आहे, चेंज होणार आहे. त्यामुळे तुम्ही काय करणार आहे, जे काय वॉटर पास होते त्या पाईप मधून, जे काय वॉटर पास होते त्याचं टेम्परेचर मेजर करणार आहे आणि त्याच्या करस्पॉन्डिंगची डायनेमिक विस्कॉसिटीची व्हॅल्यू कॅल्क्युलेट करणार आहे किंवा त्याच्या करस्पॉन्डिंगची डायनेमिक विस्कॉसिटीची व्हॅल्यू फाइंड आउट करणार आहे. सो आफ्टर फाइंडिंग आउट द व्हॅल्यू ऑफ डायनेमिक विस्कॉसिटी यू आर गोइंग टू फाइंड आउट द व्हॅल्यू ऑफ रेनॉल्ड नंबर. आणि ह्या पहिल्या टेस्टसाठी म्हणजे ह्या सिम्युलेशनसाठी तिथं ऑब्झर्वेशन आपल्याला काय समजते, हा फ्लो कसला असला पाहिजे, लॅमिनार असला पाहिजे. म्हणजे ह्या रिडिंगसाठी व्हॅल्यू ऑफ लॅमिनार व्हॅल्यू ऑफ रेनॉल्ड नंबर काय आली पाहिजे, 2000 पेक्षा कमी आली पाहिजे. त्या सेकंड रिडिंगसाठी जर माझं सेकंड रिडिंग जर ह्या टाइप मध्ये असेल तर ह्या ठिकाणी मला ऑब्झर्व काय होते, हा जो फ्लो आहे तो ट्रान्झिशनल फ्लो आहे. त्यामुळे ह्या ठिकाणी ह्या रिडिंगसाठी माझं व्हॅल्यू ऑफ रेनॉल्ड नंबर काय आली पाहिजे, इन बिटवीन 2000 to 4000 आली पाहिजे. आणि हे जर रिडिंग घेतलं मी थर्ड रिडिंग, अशा टाइपचा जर फ्लो असेल तर ह्या टाइपच्या फ्लोसाठी माझी रेनॉल्ड नंबरची व्हॅल्यू काय आली पाहिजे, 4000 पेक्षा जास्त आली पाहिजे. मी फक्त एवढंच क्रॉस व्हेरिफिकेशन करणार आहे. सो दिस इज नथिंग बट दी रेनॉल्ड नंबर, व्हेरिफिकेशन ऑफ रेनॉल्ड्स नंबर. आर यू गेटिंग? Have you got the point?
Yes, sir.
If you are having any question or any query, now you can ask me. If you are having any question or any query, you can ask me. कुणाल काय आहे the question or query? So now whatever remaining two experiment will be there. आता कोणते दोन एक्सपेरिमेंट राहिले, पेंच्युरीमीटरचा एक्सपेरिमेंट आणि ओरिटिसमीटरचा एक्सपेरिमेंट. So these two experiments are remaining. So in our next practical we will cover this remaining two experiment, so that whatever practicals are available with the help of this virtual lab, those will be covered under the subject fluid mechanics and fluid machines. Are you getting? So here today we have covered two experiments. First one was verification of Bernoulli's theorem and second experiment was related to the Reynolds experiment. Okay, so as time is 4 o'clock, now we'll stop our practical here. Whatever remaining two practicals will be there, that will be covered. All of you please write down your roll number in the chat box. I will collect those roll number from the chat box. That will be marked your attendance. So after writing the roll number in the chat box, you can exit the lecture. Thank you for attending the lecture. Thank you.